This week's Parashat is Parashat Bechukotai. With this, we are finishing the book of Vayikra, the third book of the Torah, and next week we will, Be'ezrat Hashem, be starting Sefer Bamidbar. In this week's Parashat, the Torah talks with us about all the blessings that happen if we listen, Im Bechukotai telechu, if we listen to my rules, and if not, here are all the bad things. So on the good news, on the good note of all the good things that happen, this Sunday, we will be celebrating Yom Yerushalayim, Yerushalayim's Independence Day. And the end of the 6-Day War, when we liberated Yerushalayim, the help of God, finally have Yerushalayim back in our hands after 2,000 years of exile. Some of you may know that my daughter's name is Yerushalayim. Her second name is Yerushalayim. And the reason we named her Yerushalayim is because that is the blessing of Im Bechukotai telechu. If you listen, everything works out well, you get to understand what Yerushalayim is. You get to live in that existence of a world that we have Yerushalayim. There's a midrash, a story that is told to teach us about the amazingness of Yerushalayim. It says before before God created the entire world, He creates Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel, and from Israel, the holiness spreads out to create the rest of the world. But before Ribono Shel Olam creates Eretz Yisrael, before He creates Israel, He first creates Yerushalayim. And from Yerushalayim it expands out and to Israel, and from Israel to the rest of the world. And before Ribono Shel Olam creates Yerushalayim, He creates Beit HaMikdash, the place where the temple is. Before that, Kodesh HaKodashim. And Kodesh HaKodashim, what is it made of? It is made from the neshamas of all of the Heilige Yidden, from all the holy Jews, their neshamas that will ever be created. That's what makes the holiest of holies. And from that, Beit HaMikdash, the temple, and from the Mikdash, Yerushalayim, and from Yerushalayim, Eretz Yisrael, and from Israel, the rest of the world is created from this holiness. The holiness of Yerushalayim, this amazing miracle that we have today back in our lives, is the reason the world is created. There's a great rabbi called Rav Kalnamis Kalman from Piasetzna. He's an unbelievable personality. And the Piasetzner wrote a book during the Holocaust called Ish Kodesh. And he attaches a note to it. And he says, Dear sir, when you find this note, I don't know if there will be any more Jews in Germany. The truth is, I don't know if there will be any more Jews in Europe. It is even possible there are no more Jews in the world. However, if you found this book, that means the world still exists. And if the world still exists, that means there's at least one Jew in Yerushalayim. Because the world cannot exist without one Jew in Yerushalayim. That connection between the Jews in Yerushalayim is such an intense connection that the Piasetzner says if for a second there are no Jews in Yerushalayim, the world cannot physically exist. And Baruch Hashem, we are in this miraculous time where we have Jews in Yerushalayim and we can be free in our lands. Shabbat Shalom.